Okay, a short video to just demonstrate how to multiply and divide directed numbers, in other words, positive and negative numbers. And this is a bit of a long procedure, but it's what you need to think about when doing this if you ever get a little bit confused, and that can happen. And once you've done this a lot of times, I'm sure you won't need to really go through all of these steps, and you'll have it mastered. Okay, so I've written down some steps here, and you can pause the video and write it down. But I'll just start by doing some examples and talking through the steps as we go. Okay, so the first example, 14 times minus 2. Okay, this one here. So the first step says multiply or divide just the positive numbers in the problem. Okay, so what we need to do is look at this and look at what are the positive numbers in this. So we look at the 14 and the 2. Just ignore the negative 2. And by the way, you might see this, and I think it's better to write it as 14 times, put the minus 2 in brackets. Okay, so step 1, you've got to do 14 times 2, just the positive parts, that's equal to 28. Step 2, just look at the signs now. Now here you've got a positive, is positive 14, and a negative is negative 2. So you use the table over here, this table over here, which I think we know now is, we know how that works. You've got a positive times a negative, and that gives us a negative, okay? Positive times a negative is a negative, that line there. And step 3, we combine 2 with 1. So 2 gives us a negative, 1 gives us a positive, and negative 28. So therefore, 14 times minus 2 is equal to minus 28. Okay, next example, minus 35 times 7. So step 1, we just look at the positive numbers. Step 1, 35 divided by, did I say times? I meant divided by. 35 divided by 7 equals 5. Step 2, I'll do this a bit more quickly. We've got a negative divided by a negative. That's negative divided by a negative is this row here. So that's equal to, so negative divided by a negative is a positive. And then step 3, we combine 2 with 1 and we get a positive 5. Now positive 5 we can just write as plus 5, so as 5. So minus 35 divided by minus 7 is just equal to 5. Okay, because plus 5 we can just write as 5. Okay, problem number 3. Step 1, just look at the numbers, 120. Ignore the negative 100, just 100. So 100 divided by 20. You might need to think about that this a little bit. That's equal to 5. You can probably get it straight away, but sometimes it takes a little bit longer to do these divided bys. The second step is we have a negative divided by a positive. Okay, so negative divided by a positive is this row here. Okay, which is a negative. So negative divided by a positive is equal to a negative. So then in step 3, we combine those two together from step 2 and step 1, and we get a negative 5. So therefore, we can write that minus 100 divided by 20 is equal to minus 5. Okay, hope that helps. If you've got any questions, just let me know.